This is 103.9 Triple S Racing.
Been favourite here from
Rick White Adelaide.
Dana Singer Blevic and Don Pasquale, now fourth pick. Waiting on Sky Burner to come into line. Tavanna won the previous race. Now Sky Burner will be the last to go forward here for the Debonair. Race over the 1400. Set to go. Lights on. Off and running this time. Bounced in a perfect line too. Prince Lero, Don Pasquale. First out from Dana Singer over on the inside. Seymour Order further out in the track, travelling up towards the front. Behind them, Noble Quan. Then came Blevic and Sky Burner last of all. Around the outside, Seymour Order just in front. Raleen going with it. When they settle down, Seymour Order's going to lead out now from Raleen. Dana Singer third, fourth in the race. Then Noble Quan three deep around Don Pasquale back to fifth. Then Prince Lero followed by Sky Burner. Blevic last of all, the length off, about 5 off the front. Running up towards the 850 metre mark, and the leader Seymour Order a half in front. Raleen at its girth on the outside. Noble Quan out three deep and fourth on the inside. Then is Dana Singer. They're followed by Don Pasquale. Further back in the race then came Sky Burner, followed by Prince Lero. Blevic last of all, but only about 4 lengths off them. Bunching up as they race to the 600 metre mark now, and the leader on the inside here is Seymour Order from Raleen, right there outside him. They haven't gone hard. Dana Singer right over on the inside behind those. Further out, Noble Quan hasn't been able to get onto the track. Blevic is last, being east to the outside, and Dana Singer locked away badly, was flattened there at the 400 metre mark. Raleen bolted to the front. Led by 2 lengths now to Sky Burner. Blevic into the clear. Then Don Pasquale. Dana Singer can't win from there. It's Raleen in front down to the 200 metre mark. 2 to Seymour Order. Blevic starting to run on gamely with the stablemate. Raleen's got a winning break, I'd say. After it is Don Pasquale. It's Raleen in front. Don Pasquale trying hard. Raleen just in front. May have just won from Don Pasquale. Blevic 3/4 to a length away third. Then a gap in the race. Sky Burner further back. Prince Lero followed by Dana Singer. Had no luck in the straight on the fence. Further back in the race then, Noble Quan. And last of all is Seymour Order.
If it's number 6 for Raleen, $3, 140. If it's 3 Don Pasquale, 580 and 160, or 1 Blevic for third at 140.
On the Super Tab there, number 6 Raleen to pay 165 and 70 over 3 Don Pasquale, 90, and number 1 Blevic, 65.
Judge calling on the photo. Raleen scooting to the front when they got down to the 400 metre mark, and then after it was Don Pasquale. And Raleen had that winning break with Don Pasquale going out after him, 125.7 the time. And he's just set up that break with Don Pasquale wearing him down. And the judge looking at the photo here, Blevic had to ease out to the back. It was very rough when they turned for home at the 400 metre mark. Dana Singer was badly in need of a run. He ran out of room. And he just couldn't get any room there at all, Dana Singer, forget his run. This has flashed home Don Pasquale over the top of Raleen. It's called for a developed print, so he's got mighty close here, Don Pasquale. Judge calling for a developed print with Raleen scooting to the front, but Don Pasquale has flashed home, and the judge has called for the developed print here to separate Raleen and Don Pasquale. So it's obviously very, very hellishly tight here. Raleen shooting 2.5 in front of the 200 metre mark. Still a length in front, going down with about 80 or 90 metres to go, and then Don Pasquale started to come out after him quickly, with Raleen in front and Don Pasquale lunging at him, and the judge needing 2 prints to separate Raleen and Don Pasquale, and Blevic about 3/4 away third. So a second print called for here at Flemington to separate Raleen and Don Pasquale after the running of race number 4 today. Stop-start race. Blevic having to ease back, and he was doing his best work at the finish.
Correct White Kembler.
Raleen sitting up on the outside of Seymour Order, and number 6 has hung on. He's got there, just got there after 2 prints. Raleen, number 6, must have been that close to the dead heat there, and he's got in. Got in by the barest of margins. Raleen 1/2 a bound more, and the other fellow, the Western Australian, would have got him. Michael Clark in the Les Gordon, Peter Devitt and Colin Hayes colours.
All right, 631 Melbourne.
This is Triple S, the good sport.
The former New Zealand gelding Lazara. And Star Chimes will see everything set. Got a field of 11 to run here in the Colin Tarrant Simon Rouse Superfecta. And the Superfecta pool about 100 was over 120,000 just a short time ago. Star Chimes not all that keen on going up. He should know better. He's been around rather consistently. Now he consents, and everything's right. Send me off. Lord Hula, Grant Cooksley, the popular pick. Grant winning the previous. Jockey with the motto, have saddle, will travel. He's been here, there and everywhere over the last 2 months, and very successfully. Singapore, New Zealand, Hong Kong. Now the starter moves up onto his ladder. Should get them at any moment. And they're off this time. It was a good start too, and Lord Hula, the favourite, first to leave the boxes. Elegant away nicely. So was Lazara, followed by Ballina Lord. Gengazar's out wider, and then Komang, followed by Freedom Ride, and a gap then to Airbrush from Star Chimes, Hunting a Kiss, and Absolute as Jelly Bean Road as they complete almost 400 metres, and it's Lord Hula. Can't quite get to the rails at the moment. Cooksley about to click up on Lord Hula and goes round the first corner, getting across onto the fence now to lead a bit more than a length. Gengazar, Airbrush wider out, scooting up towards the leader, and then come on the inside Elegant, followed closely by Lazara, Ballina Lord, trapped out on a limb from Komang, Star Chimes, 2 to Jelly Bean Road, a length the Freedom Ride, and 1 to Hunting a Kiss as they race down the back of the course and head along to the 1200 metres, and Lord Hula about 3/4 of a length on Airbrush. Third is Elegant, followed in the middle by Gengazar. Moses having no luck on Ballina Lord. It's out 3 and 4 wide as the speed slows. A gap Lazara racing between Jelly Bean Road wide out. Komang the inside, off the track Hunting a Kiss. Star Chimes second last, and Freedom Ride drops to the rear as they come out of the back straight and travel along towards the 800 metres, and Lord Hula and Cooksley dictating terms to suit himself on the favourite. Lord Hula about a half length on Airbrush. 1 away third is Ballina Lord, no luck it, followed by Elegant, and then come on the inside Komang in company with Gengazar and Jelly Bean Road. 2 Lazara pushed along by Kennedy, then Hunting a Kiss, Freedom Ride, and last is Star Chimes as the field runs to the corner, and Cooksley quickens up on Lord Hula, and the favourite about a half length on Airbrush, a length to Elegant, slapped along from Ballina Lord, and 2 to Komang, 3 to Jelly Bean Road. Lord Hula tackled by Airbrush as they come to the 250. A length away third is Ballina Lord, followed by Elegant the inside, and then Komang. Airbrush hits the front now, and Airbrush about a half length. Komang running home resolutely. Ballina Lord sticking on, but Komang hits the front for Glenn Boss, and Komang comes away from Ballina Lord and Airbrush, and Komang wins the money. Komang beat Ballina Lord and Airbrush from Jelly Bean Road, Elegant, Lazara, Lord Hula. Stopped like a prick balloon, the favourite Lord Hula. A break then to Hunting a Kiss, Freedom Ride, Star Chimes, and Absolute, Gengazar.
Super tab number 9, Komang to return $12.35 and $3.45. 1, Ballina Lord 80, number 6, Airbrush 95.
Boss. It's beaten number 1, Ballina Lord, Kevin Moses, covered 2,100 metres, no pull to Moses, just the way the race panned out, and has still run second, and it was entitled to have run about 6th, and 6 Airbrush third, written by D. Beatman, loomed up to win at the 300, couldn't go on with it, and it's paid 190. So Komang, number 9, has scored, is by Comon from Buster's Angel, trained by Mrs. K.L. Sprague at beautiful Port Macquarie. Cheers to all our listeners through Racing Radio in Port Macquarie today. And Mrs. Sprague has a share, as do MR and Mrs. A.G. Baxter and Glenn Boss, the winning rider. Had run 5th out here on the 21st of Jan behind Beloco. 45 starts now. 11 wins, 8 seconds and 4 thirds.
2 to move up Canberra.
1 Ballina Lord, second Lord Ballina, Heather's Prayer, very honest fellow. Jack Denham, Kevin Moses. And had the run been a little kinder to Ballina Lord, he might nearly have won the race. At number 6, Airbrush third, a clear choice, Paintress, Gelding, trained by John Hawkes, Darren Beatman. Now 5 ran 4th, Jelly Bean Road. 7 Elegant was 5th, and the 6th went to number 3, and that was Lord Hula.
Protest dismissed, Melbourne.
Okay, protest dismissed, Melbourne. Lord Hula's run 6th. He was able to get to the front on him reasonably easily, Cooksley, and they didn't go at all that quicker speed until about the 600, but Lord Hula was found wanting at the 300 metres.
Leave Ian there. We might...
Line is good, lights on. Off and running this time. Tristavante eased to the back of the field, and one of the best out, Dan Tane today, from No Mischief and Sebastian's Dancer, Princess Door away well up, running 4th. Further back in the race, Our Forte, and they're followed by Dream of the Dance when they settle down. New Smyrna the centre, they're followed by Tristavante out 3 wide, 2.5 to Garden Walk, and last of all, Nyoka Jane. The leaders here are Dan Tane, about a half in front of No Mischief, 2.5 further back, Sebastian's Dancer. A neck there to Princess Door running fourth, about 2 or 3 further back, Our Forte. Dream of the Dance over on the inside of it, they're 2.5 in front of New Smyrna, Tristavante, and 2 or 3 to Garden Walk on the outside of Nyoka Jane.
15-2 for Perth.
And the leader is Dan Tane, about a half in front from No Mischief. 2.5 further back, Our Forte's gone up 3 deep around Princess Door. Sebastian's Dancer over on the rail. 2 further back than Tristavante from New Smyrna. They're followed by Dream of the Dance. Garden Walk second last, and Nyoka Jane is last of all. Up to the bend they race Dan Tane. Over a length in front of No Mischief second. They're followed by Sebastian's Dancer. Then Princess Door around at Our Forte. And they're followed by Tristavante into the clear further back New Smyrna. At the 350, Dan Tane a length and a half, No Mischief. 2.5 further back, Princess Door given a crack with a whip. Running fourth, Tristavante from Garden Walk. No Mischief getting up to Dan Tane with about 200 to go. 2 lengths further back, Princess Door and Tristavante. No Mischief got its head in front. Dan Tane fighting back. Tristavante wider out. No Mischief in front, and No Mischief has won the race a long head. Maybe Tristavante second, and those in front of Dan Tane third, and fourth home back in the middle is Princess Door. A gap in the race to Garden Walk, and further back then New Smyrna. Then Sebastian's Dancer, followed further back by Dream of the Dance. The last couple Our Forte and Nyoka Jane.
Double to pay, $80.70.
And the win in place, number 7, No Mischief, $20.20 and 3.30. 10, Tristavante in a photo, 140 with 4 Dan Tane, 4.20.
Super tab there, number 7, No Mischief to return $8.55 and $1.60. Number 10, Tristavante, 70, and number 4, Dan Tane to pay $1.55. Race time 1:26.1.
Mischief. Number 7, the judge calling on the photo with Tristavante on the outside, finishing quickly. And a Dan Tane back on the fence, 7 and a photo. 7 and a photo. Number 10 gets second. And that's Tristavante, and number 4 is third, Dan Tane. Numbers 7, 10 and 4. 7, 10 and 4.
Kembler.
Okay, we'll leave Ian Craig.
Ended up in gate 16. Originally 17, of course, Lament out. And it looks like we're set for a start. Yep, all in. This is race 7, the Triscay Plate. 1200. British Link giving some trouble. Steadies. Skywatch behaves well. They're off. Noble Otto a little slowly away with British Link and Zetoile, and Light Up the World and Double Angle with Wide Berth going quickly, as is our Chicky Babe. Moment's Pleasure trying to get over from the outside alley, a length the Silverado, followed closely by Concert Star, a little over a length then coming Arborea, who's travelling inside Vigilant Lady, a good gap then to Ragged Ann and Skywatch, and then Euphoria, British Link, Hazardous, Zetoile and Noble Otto. Down the side they travel, and Wide Berth leads the way a bit over a length, our Chicky Babe. Light Up the World third from Double Angle. Moment's Pleasure, then Concert Star, and on its outside Silverado to Vigilant Lady. A length to Arborea, then Ragged Ann, followed by Skywatch, Euphoria, British Link, Hazardous. Second last Zetoile and Noble Otto's last, Homeward Bound. Wide Berth hanging is the leader. Plenty of room for Light Up the World. The inside, our Chicky Babe is joining in, followed by Double Angle and Moment's Pleasure next from Silverado, Concert Star, and 2 to Arborea, but Light Up the World through on the inside, hits the front. It's Light Up the World, 120 to go. Better length clear, Moment's Pleasure, Silverado, but it's Light Up the World and the birthday boy Aaron Kennedy in no danger, and Light Up the World has beaten either Moment's Pleasure or Silverado. Then Wide Berth, Skywatch, Noble Otto, Concert Star, our Chicky Babe, Hazardous. Then came Zetoile and Arborea, followed by Euphoria, Vigilant Lady. A gap to British Link, second last was Double Angle, and Ragged Ann right out of form at the tail of the field.
Number 14, Light Up the World to return 270, the win 95. The place, number 7, Moment's Pleasure at 240, and number 9 for third, Silverado, 245.
Hit on the tote, $5.90 and 210, $5.90 and 210. And the judge calls, or will probably call, on a print for the minors. Moment's Pleasure, number 7. An outstanding performance from the alley. The extreme outside, never on the track, $4.80. And number 9... and Silverado being the horse, showing at $4.80.
At the start, Canberra.
Silent error from our new angle here. perched high atop the member stand, just a little past the post, just working the angle out. It'll take a few meetings to try and get the eye in. But 14 is the winner. Number 7 is second. That is Moment's Pleasure, ridden by Corey Brown. And number 9, Silverado, third, ridden by Kevin Moses. Light Up the World by Rory's Jester from Christmas Spirit. 5 starts, 4 wins in the second, all ridden by Aaron Kennedy. For trainer Gay Waterhouse, for owners Mr. and Mrs. Tommy Smith. A very good filly. So that puts the icing on the cake as far as Aaron Kennedy's concerned, on his 22nd birthday, winning the Triscay Plate worth $34,000 to Mr. and Mrs. Tommy Smith. Number 7, Second Moment's Pleasure, will make her the Kellyville Country Club Horse of the Future, because that was an outstanding performance by Arch Regent from Reason to Smile, Bill Prane, Corey Brown, and third posse going to number 9, Silverado, a mare grey in colour, 5 years of age, Sunmaster, Foolproof, Mrs. Diane Lumsden, Morpeth, ridden by Kevin Moses. 10 ran fourth. Number 10, Wide Berth. She was up there punching and she battled on pretty well. And number 3, Skywatch, ran fifth. Our Chicky Babe, disappointed today, didn't go on with it. The margins are a length and a quarter with a half head second and third. A length and a quarter, half a head, 108.62. 108.62, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is the new Rosehill track record for 1,200 metres. Royal Handout established his time on the 19th of November 1988 at 1:08.8. This particular mare, or filly, Light Up the World, has now smashed the Rosehill track record, 108.62, and has run the last 600 metres in 33.8.
Okay, set Canberra. Here's Tony.
Away they go here, and Telesto quickly to the back of the field, and one of the first out. Over near the inside here, bouncing out quickly was Trista Love, but Cut Up Rough going fast around the outside, heads it off. Cut Up Rough in front now from Mr. Elegant. Stellisk is out 3 wide on the outside of those two. Further back, Trista Love. They're followed by In Top Flight, and further back in the race then came Ice Doctor. A length and a half, Valdezere, fairway back in the race, Scalero Teos. Second last, Bonamici at the 1,000-metre mark. Last of all, Telesto about 12 off the front. The favourite in front here, Cut Up Rough, a length and a half, Mr. Elegant. A neck Interstellis caught out 3 deep, 2.5 further back, Trista Love. Getting a nice run on the inside of In Top Flight as they go to the crossing at the 800-metre mark. From further out, Ice Doctor 3 out, 2 to Valdezere. Further back, Scalero, followed by Telesto's gone past 2, and they are Bonamici. And last of all, Teos the fence up to the bend. Cut Up Rough on the inside, a neck in front of Mr. Elegant. Stellar Skin, those white pacifiers, has been out 3 deep all the way. In Top Flight right behind those with Trista Love trying to get a run. Further out on the track, Ice Doctor, followed by Valdezere. Back to the inside, Teos. Telesto still about 6 or 7 lengths off and down the outside. Cut Up Rough in front down to the 350-metre markers. Length and about a length and a half. 2 in front now. From Stellar Skin, Mr. Elegant, Trista Love. Telesto out in the centre of the track, but Cut Up Rough has zipped away. It's home. It's 4 or 5 in front. Telesto coming with a mighty run out wide, but Cut Up Rough scores easily. 3 lengths Telesto. Trista Love ran third from In Top Flight, Mr. Elegant, Stellar. Then further back, Scalero. Behind those, Teos, second last to the race, Ice Doctor, and last of all is Bonamici.
The double there to pay $7.80.
And the win in place, number 11, Cut Up Rough at $2.90 the win, $1.50 the place, 1 Telesto, $2.60 and 3 Trista Love, $1.80.
On the Super Tab, number 11, Cut Up Rough to return $1.50 and 75, 1 Telesto, $1.20 and 3 Trista Love, 80 cents.
The metre mark. And I think
Back at the moment.
Protest dismissed, Sydney. Protest dismissed. Correct weight 916, race 4.
1 Telesto second, gave them a good 7-length start when they turned in with 400 to go. Second, Trista Love just had to mark time to come to the outside, to get to the outside to start her run. And she finished the race off well to run third. 11, 1 and 3. 11, 1 and 3 after the running of race number 5 today.
There's correct weight Adelaide.